When did you first fall in love with Japanese?
Mm, so it was quarantine. I was so bored, doing nothing,
Hmm.
and I saw a YouTube video how to learn Japanese, and it was so shitty. The method was shitty. I tried it for like 2 months. It did not work, but then when I found Refold, that's when I fell in
Mm.
love. That's when I fell in love with Japanese because it was like, dang, I could learn this every day, and it's like it's not even like I'm learning it. It's just like it's fun, and it's like I'm actually growing myself, but it's like it doesn't really feel like I'm putting in that much effort into doing it because it's just like an activity I have. Right.
And so for the first 2 months, you were using the method of that YouTube video.
It was like it was like writing down the characters on the paper,
Oh.
Duolingo.
Damn. How do you do it for 2 months if it was so trash?
I don't know. I thought it was working, but I didn't realize it was bad. I guess until I found Refold. Yeah.
Mm. So even then, even though the method was bad, you still really like learning the language.
I guess maybe because I just didn't know it. It's like the honeymoon phase. Like I didn't
Mm.
know better. I was just doing it because like, but I would come to realize that it's trash, and so many people do it, even though it's trash.
And so can you talk about the refold method and how that helped you learn Japanese?
I would say it helped me because it just threw me in the deep end. I think that's the way I learned to swim as well. My dad just threw me in the deep end, and that's how Refill does it. You just go straight into the content, no subs, just the language, and it's it just goes in your brain, and you just subconsciously learn it. It just like it keeps going in, and like you don't even notice progress is happening until you look back like 2 months, and you're like, dang, I didn't even understand that.
And did you ever anticipate progressing this far?
No, not at all. I can like watch YouTube like all the
Mm.
time. Like I'm just chilling watching YouTube and it's in Japanese and like I understand the whole thing and it's like that's cool. Like how many people could do that and it's like a language they like
Mm.
they're not even. I mean, see, I wish I knew Tagalog as well. Maybe I should try that.
And so when you started, how did you, what were your goals with Japanese and what did you think you were gonna do with it?
At first, I didn't even have a goal. I was just doing it because like actually I think the first goal I had was like watch a um like anime with no subs. I've already accomplished that goal honestly, but now I think honestly I almost like not having a goal for it because like if I set a goal, then it's like there's a point where I'll have to stop, and I don't want to stop because it's like something I just like doing. So it's like maybe I should just keep going with it. Maybe I don't have a goal.
Do you approach other things in life that way without a goal?
Definitely not. Maybe actually no things that I like doing like League of Legends.
Hmm.
There's no goal to League of Legends. It's just a fun activity I'm doing.
Just do it.
I'm just doing it.
Like dancing. There's no goal?
There's no goal. I just like doing it.
Alright, so you just see the value in doing it itself, the intrinsic value of the activity. Alright. And so now, how do you envision your future with Japanese?
The same as it is right now. I do. I learn 5 cards a day, and then I'll use all my at least like 75% of like media I'll consume that's like watching something will at least be in Japanese. Because I mean, sometimes I'll look at TikTok or whatever, and that takes up some time. But I want most of it to be in Japanese, because that's just if I don't do it, then I'm gonna forget.
Other than watching and consuming Japanese content, do you have any like ways you want to use Japanese?
Uh,
Perhaps
yeah,
jobs, careers,
actually,
anything?
yeah, actually, because reading, I would say yeah, reading is a big one. But also, my dad, he talks about how in his company there's like a big market over in Japan, and like this wasn't like planned at all. He just knew that I was learning it, and he mentioned it to me like, yeah, there's like they're opening up like an office over there, and like they take interns all the time, and you have this connection,
Oh,
and it's like
big
I have possible
opportunity.
of this language that can help me go over there for this opportunity. So it could help me with jobs, but I also just want to just talk to other people, especially the students here, because I've heard multiple Japanese students here,
Mm.
but I haven't really, I don't know how to just walk up to them. It's like weird. It's awkward.
So how often do you talk to others in Japanese?
I basically, in real life, like I really don't. I've talked to people in VR chat,
Mm.
and I've typed it to people, but that's like the extent of it. I haven't really talked. I don't think I've talked to a person in like real life, like actually ever, like honestly.
And what are your thoughts about talking to someone in Japanese, or yeah, talking to people in Japanese? Is that your next step?
I would actually, now that I think about it, I talked to people in Japanese in my Japanese class. I guess that would count. So technically I did, but I guess yeah, that would be the next step because I find it harder to talk or like form sentences. Like I can understand things, but forming sentences is hard. So I think that shows that I do need to talk to people more.
And you mentioned that you talk to people in your Japanese class. However, I feel like those conversations will be very superficial and a lot different to when you're actually talking to a Japanese person and having a conversation with them. What do you think about that?
I would say that's true, but when I went for my final exam for the Japanese, like we had to do like an interview, and I ended up talking to like, I think he knew that I was like a little higher level than the class, and I ended up just talking to him like normally a little bit. So I got a small experience of it. I mean, it was only like 5 minutes, but I did get a small experience of talking about like a show and a game to him in Japanese. So it was a small interaction.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, personally, I find a lot of joy in talking to other people in Korean. And do you feel like this would be some type of motivation for you, talking to other people in Japanese? Because for me, it definitely is a motivation, right? When I meet amazing people, and I was only able to meet them and talk to them and have this conversation had I known Korean. So yeah, how does this apply to you in Japanese?
See, maybe I just don't. See, I don't like talking to random people, I guess. I'm not like I don't like I don't see myself doing like that or like I'd rather just like interact. Like I think the coolest part is being able to access like another part of the internet or like all the cultures over there that's like online or just in books, and it's like if I didn't know Japanese, I wouldn't be able to do that. Like for you, it's like if I didn't know Korean, I wouldn't have met these people. But for me, it's like if I didn't know Japanese, I wouldn't like be able to know that these I don't know these videos were on the internet or whatever. Or like yeah.
You think it's analogous to like a locked level? It's like DLC in a video game.
Yeah, it's like
You just can't access it if you don't have the DLC.
Because I don't know.
And
Because I don't know.
now that you know Japanese, you have a whole new world that's open to you.
Right, because some of them have subtitles, like people will translate it overseas, but like if you didn't know Japanese, like dang, you just can't watch the streamer. You don't know anything. Right?
And the show is just content that you just would never experience. And do you have you ever thought of translating?
Yeah,
Japanese,
actually,
English Japanese?
yeah, I people do like clip channels all the time, and I've thought about doing it, but I haven't done it. So, but I think it would be cool. I feel like I'm just lazy because I don't want to edit it.
Let's see. Do you look forward to living or visiting Japan?
I think I'm looking forward to visiting because it'll be like I already know the language, so it'll be like seamless, like, and I can visit, and there's like there's no language barrier between the people or like what I'm buying or whatever. But I don't know if I want to live there, but I do want to visit.
What's appealing to Japan for you?
I would say it's based the city, the city aspect of it, especially like Tokyo or like yeah, like the more metropolitan areas, is that it's like New York because I live there and that was like the most fun thing ever. It's like New York except it's not dirty and there's no crazy dudes around like that. I'm like New York, but like it's safe. That sounds amazing.
I see. I think I could kind of relate to that with Seoul in Korea. So really, city life without all the homeless people in the trolleys. All right. And what key lesson do you take away from your journey with Japanese?
That I can slowly but surely inch progress at something, and that I won't even notice that there is progress happening, but there is, and that I shouldn't just like I don't know give up on something because I'm not noticing, but in the background there is stuff happening. I guess when I'm learning something.
And so, do you see this impact in other areas of your life?
Um, yeah, I'd say with school as well, cause like I mean sometimes I'm like the math is like fuck this shit is so ass like I don't even feel like I'm learning anything, but like eventually I get it, eventually it works out, but yeah.
Yeah, just through continually doing it and just not giving up. And eventually you'll get to a point that you don't even recognize. And so, can you talk about your struggles with learning Japanese, in particular with discipline?
Yes, I do not personally. I don't like doing the Anki, which is like the flashcards every day, and sometimes I will like. Sometimes I even forget to do it. Like not gonna lie, it's like 1 a.m. and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta do the Anki. But other than that, I used to set hourly goals for myself, and it was like I stopped doing it because I started finding it to be a chore. And then when I start finding it to be a chore, then I just stopped doing it altogether. So I just stopped tracking my time, and it ended up being like just do it whenever you really feel like it. And I think that has been more beneficial. Because during that time I was like plateauing. At least it felt like I was plateauing. Like it felt like my skill was just like not even going anywhere. But I think recently I have noticed that there's like certain words that like I didn't remember from a long time ago, and I do notice it now when I'm like watching something. But yeah.
And so, you don't really focus on your progression with Japanese, at least day to day by hours. You just kind of go with it whenever you want to and enjoy learning Japanese.
Yes.
That's true. All right. And if you were to start from scratch, how would you approach learning it again?
I would honestly the first part where I learned all the like hiragana and katakana, I would do almost exactly the same because I just used like a website where it would test you on it. I would do that basically exactly the same, but from day one I would start instantly with no subs because I mean I was watching stuff with subs for like a while before I switched to non. But that's about it. Everything would basically be the same, I guess. Other than, actually no, I wouldn't change because then I feel like something would be different from now. Other than that,
Do you plan on learning other languages?
I don't. Honestly, I don't think so. I was thinking Tagalog as well, but I just don't see myself like doing two at the same time. I don't know. Once I was devoted to this one, it's like I don't really feel like doing another one.
Yeah, after years of learning Korean, I feel like through learning a language, it really is a whole commitment on your life. So what do you think about that with Japanese?
Oh yes.
Does it feel burdensome?
I don't think it feels burdensome, but it's like yeah, this is like something this is definitely something I'm gonna be doing like years from now. Like I don't think I'm ever gonna stop doing it because it's so like easy to just continue doing it. Like yeah.
And so now it just become habit.
Yep.
Speaking of habit, shout out to Habit at SCSU.
What's your go-to order? What's the go-to order?
The go-to order is a Santa Barbara char. Oh my lord, it's like more than 1,000 calories.
What's the price?
And it's less than $10, and it's the most worth thing you could buy at the Habit. Highly recommend. Santa Barbara.
Shout out to the Habit.
Shout out to the Habit, man. Please.
You're not gonna sponsor.
All right. Another one of your hobbies that I've been seeing recently is dancing.
Oh yes.
What sparked your interest in dancing?
I've been exposed to dancing because my sister did it in since like elementary school. She's been in the dancing program. She performed dancing at Knott's Berry Farm. She like did performance over there. So I've always been exposed to it. And in 5th grade, that's when I actually started learning dancing on my own. I just followed like the choreography videos online, and I danced in front of my class during that year. Yeah, I like voluntarily did that, which is crazy. I can't even imagine doing that now. But then after that, I also danced in 8th grade. I did not volunteer for that one, but I did learn to dance for that. And then after that, I basically stopped. I didn't dance for a long time. And then I would say it picked up senior year. I started learning a few more dances. The New Jeans dance, I learned that one. And now I've been learning other dances. And I think because of K-pop, I think that's why I'm back into it, because I like the dances from K-pop.
And you said you dance in front of a crowd, but now you wouldn't be able to. What changed?
Actually, well, I guess I wouldn't like want to do it. I wouldn't like go out of my way to do it. I think I could do it. Like if someone was like, "Oh, you have to dance in front of this crowd," I'm like, "Okay, I guess I'll do it." But like I wouldn't like be those like street performers that like dance on the street. Like I wouldn't do that. I definitely wouldn't do that.
I see. So you just wouldn't want to go out of your way to do it.
Yeah, to like be the center of attention of it. Like I don't mind dancing in public, but if it's like I'm like garnering a crowd and like I'm like, "Oh, everyone come watch." Like I wouldn't want to do that. I probably wouldn't want to do that.
And so what do you think about your future with dancing? Do you have any prosperous goals, or just like Japanese, you're just
it's just like if I see a cool dance, I'm like, "Oh dang, I want to learn that." And that's about it. Oh, actually no. I would say one goal is that I want to be like if there's like a party or like a wedding, I want to be like that guy. I guess that's one goal. That's one goal.
To be that guy. For dancing, yeah. I mean, that would be pretty cool. Being the one,
like the guy that everyone
pulling off the moves.
If there's like a guy that like I want to be that guy that people remember at like I don't know whatever that event is.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool goal. I'd say I want to do that as well. However, dancing is very hard. And you've played video games ever since you were a little kid. What memories stand out the most to you?
I would just actually 2 days ago. What?
Come closer to the mic.
Oh.
A little bit.
2 days ago, I was playing Mortal Kombat at Jennifer's house, and it made me remember when it was what birthday was this? 7 or 8? It was 7 or 8. But we were playing Mortal Kombat at my house, and Nate was using Kenshi, which is the blind guy that can spam the range moves, and I got really mad that day. I didn't show it, but I was mad. I'm not gonna lie, I was mad. So that was a funny memory. But another memory I have is in Black Ops 1, I got the chopper gunner for the first time, and I yelled really loud, and my dad got mad at me because he was in a work meeting.
Wow, so that's interesting. It seems like your memories are centered around negative emotion.
Maybe, maybe that's why they're. I don't know. I guess they stick harder. Huh?
Hmm. Is that a pattern you share with many of your memories, or just the ones that you've mentioned?
What is a good memory from gaming? I remember. I guess just playing. I guess it's if it's something that's like bad, I remember it very specifically. But when I think about like good things, I think about there was an occasion where I would play with my cousins this one game. It's not like specific like that. It's like super general, I guess. Like I would play Minecraft with my cousins all the time. I think that was like the best. That was probably one of the most fun times when I still played on the Xbox 360. I don't know why I sold it. Like I should have kept playing on it because then no one had the Xbox One when it first came out, so I was just like playing on it alone. But
Seems like many of your memories revolve around your friends or people that you know. Do you have any memories of you playing alone?
um, I would okay. Actually, yeah, I do remember. I used to play Gmod like all the, because no one had a PC yet, so I would play Gmod like alone all the time, and I would just like mess around, like fuck around with like the mods or whatever. And I do remember that time. That was pretty fun. I probably had at least like I had so much space covered by like the add-ons I had. Like it was crazy. But I would like copy the stuff that like Vanos would do in his videos or whatever. I remember I would do that all the time. And I didn't even play with anyone. I was just playing alone on a Gmod map. So it was, I mean, yeah.
All right. Well, I think that'll be the end of the podcast. Thank you.
Thank you.